Dude, this is the most liquid product on planet Earth. When people begin to understand how liquid Bitcoin is, it is the most liquid asset in the world. People are going to go, no, cash is better, cash is better. Cash is better if you're in close proximity. Bitcoin, I can move to someone in Sweden tomorrow. I moved $3.5 million, dude, on a Saturday afternoon at 2:30.
Right.
From 5 institutions to buy a Node 40. I didn't pay any fees. This morning I did a wire transfer for $100,000, and I had 2 phone calls.
Yeah.
Like, it's pain. Okay, this is the most liquid asset in the world. I do believe that it is. I mean, imagine being able to buy Manhattan when your parents, grandparents showed up in Manhattan or down here. Okay, let's use Manhattan. They could have bought a piece of Manhattan at 1880. How much would have been overpaying for that 1 acre? You could never have overpaid for it, right? So that's what I see Bitcoin as. Bitcoin is. And I do see it as a real estate play because, see, people are living with this universe today that you won't be able to lease, sell, rent this. They do it with gold all the time. And the moment, we are so close to this moment. We're at $45,000 today. We're so close to the moment where the U.S. government basically rubber stamps this, validates it. The moment you regulate anything, you're validating. Okay, so like just go look at Google. They're regulated. The more they get regulated, the more money they make. Look at all the regulation they put on Microsoft, dude. The more fees and fines they pay, the more money they make. ExxonMobil, nobody's been run out of business. These companies are making huge amounts of money.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin is the future, man.
Bitcoin is the ultimate game changer, rewriting the rules of wealth as we know them. It's the most liquid asset on the planet, immune to regulation, and it's single-handedly tackling the world's currency problems. This is the latest message out from Gary Cardone. Recently, Gary shared his views on Bitcoin's transformative power based on its decentralized nature, which means it's not controlled by any government or bank. He argues that this gives ordinary people more control over their money and could level the playing field between the rich and the rest. Gary suggests that because Bitcoin has a limited supply and can't be inflated like regular money, early adopters will become very wealthy. Addressing concerns about volatility and environmental impact, Cardone asserts that Bitcoin's benefits far outweigh its challenges. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video where Gary Cardone reveals his cards on the Bitcoin versus Ethereum debate. Also guys, if you want to stay most up to date on the crypto world, I send out a daily 5-minute crypto newsletter that covers expert predictions, on-chain data breakdowns, and breaking news, all for free. Click the first link in the description, enter your email, and join over 50,000 others to become a better crypto investor right now. Now here's why Gary Cardone believes Bitcoin is untouchable and the best way to protect your money.
You're in a foreign country you're visiting, I don't need to call my bank, I just Bitcoin. Is that the idea of it?
Well, I think
or
that's
the benefit?
I think that's the ultimate idea. I don't think that's an idea that you need to consider to have a thesis for the investment. You know, I don't have to think that gold has this massive use case to displace the U.S. dollar, which the U.S. dollar, by the way, displaced gold as the underlying currency. So we kind of bastardized this thing, right?
Yeah.
I think, you know, the argument you're hearing about, hey, we're going to become the global currency. One of the problems with Bitcoin is, and I'll get some hate mail for this, but one of the problems with Bitcoin is it is truly decentralized. It is the only decentralized construct or product that I know of. I would love someone to actually convince me there's anything else, but I have to have an example. Give me a name of something that is truly decentralized. Further, give me any name of anything other than human beings that is that is finite by code. Finite by code. There is no finite anything on this planet. And furthermore, cannot be accelerated in the production of that finite supply by increasing price. In fact, by doing nothing, can you increase the volume of new supply of Bitcoin? There's absolutely nothing that can be done to increase or decrease the supply coming into the marketplace free and clear to trade. 19 million of the total 21 million units are already in the market, sitting in wallets. They came out heavy with a bunch of volume first, and that volume will, every 4 years, decline by half. So in April, the big thing about this whole event with the U.S. government, tax laws,
Right.
FASB laws, how you're going to be treated for short-term gains, the ETF, all of this is coinciding in April with this thing called the halving, which is code for, hey, when we hit a number of Bitcoin in that 4-year cycle, we reduce the amount of Bitcoin being produced every day. So it goes from 900 units a day to 450 for 4 years. Then it shuts down again. It goes to 225. And this goes on in a declining rate for 140 years.
And that's
Okay.
already set up.
Dude, it's code.
Yeah, code.
So now, what do I mean by that? Well, here we have Bank of America and the Fed and the IMF and all these, people that we don't even know how they make their money. They create money out of thin air. Here on the Bitcoin pathway, another human being shows up here, Bob. Bob wants to get elected. He might just create some fake money. This cannot happen here. There's no central authority to talk to. There's no CEO to convince. There's no board to manipulate. There's nothing other than code. Mm-hmm. And all 52 million players the majority of those 52 million players that are mining, that are making these keys available to go get the Bitcoin from the vault, so to speak, they simply will not agree, right? So you have to have a consensus. So that's just not going to happen. It's the only product you have where it has rules that cannot be manipulated. Why would we want to go in and go, we are going to remove the entire currency on all planets and all crime and replace the Fed? And, it's hundreds of years of constructs.
Yeah.
Let the product work, and it will meld into the market. If it is good as I think it is, it will eventually take over everything. But you and I can't experience that. Wow, they're going to take over Bank of America tomorrow morning?
Right.
See, that's the thing. If you read the white paper, what the people are taking from it, the white paper by Satoshi says we're going to be peer-to-peer without asking any third parties, no approvals required. Okay, that's cool, dude, but it's probably not going to happen with 8 billion people tomorrow morning. I could see that happening over a period of time. I'm probably one of the only people that have done large peer-to-peer transactions on Bitcoin. Very few people I would never spend any money with Bitcoin. It's a store of value, dude. It would be like you starting to sell your real estate going, hey, man, I'm going to start selling pieces of my real estate down, right, to generate income and not do anything with money. I've been surprised more real estate people don't get this.
Yeah.
I think you will, but I think there's been so much carnival noise and sins and crimes and mistakes and people blowing up. I've been doing this so long. These are really natural events. I'm like, oh yeah, idiot thief. Oh yeah, that guy blew up. Dude, I know 5 people that blew up businesses in our whole era. I mean, Ken Lay and Jeff Skillings blew up a $70 billion business, right? It just took us forever to figure out, oh wow. And all of Wall Street was in on it. And Arthur Anderson was in on it, and every accounting firm. So these markets, to me, this market, yes, I'm investing in the technology. Mm-hmm. See, to me, this is a technology play. And to be able to put, I can audit this every 10 minutes. Dude, show me something that is finite. I can audit it. It's audited every 10 minutes. The Federal Reserve, the Pentagon, the U.S. military can't do an audit. Mm-hmm. The gold supply has not been audited in 20 or 30 years. So for me, this offers a really cool 21st century product if you believe that we're not going to go back to an analog age.
Right.
And that's why I like these crashes.
Yeah.
Because it keeps guys like you that attempt to be rational, but you're not actually making rational decisions because you don't actually know the story.
Right.
Right? Like my brother, this has put him off a long time. I'm like, yeah, keep up all these crazy stories, man. right? Because it gives me an opportunity to keep buying. Because like I am so convinced, dude. Like I believe I will end up much wealthier than my brother, and not that that's my goal. No one has ever seen this opportunity, ever, and I've seen a bunch of them, dude.
Yeah.
I've seen 4 different massive disruptions, and this is the 5th one, and it's going to be the monster of all disruption events in history, and it's coming at the exact same time with automation. So it actually makes sense, see, because you're not going to have a robot sending a check form out. It's going to be done, transaction done. Okay, transaction done. Hey, you want to do some AI? Transaction done, no credit risk.
Payroll, whatever.
Everything,
Yeah.
okay? And it doesn't hurt that. I'll give you a good example how this is valuable. Ryan, we did that party. The fire department comes. I throw a party about every 3 or 4 months. You guys will have to come to the next one. Fire department group shows up. We raise 40 grand. It was about 30 grand more than they were expecting. And Greg called me up and said, hey, look, we're giving them money. I said, no, you can't give them all the money. Okay, you got to hold back 10 grand and put it in Bitcoin. Bitcoin was at 17, 18 grand. If they haven't sold it, dude, like we made them 100 grand.
Damn.
Okay, so that little deal went from 40 grand to probably 80 grand if they didn't sell just the 10 Gs. I don't know if they did or not. We should check up on them.
Hell yeah.
I told them not to sell. You know, there's an area where they didn't need all the money. They would never have done it. But what have we done? We've now given them an experience with Bitcoin that at least why wouldn't they open their window up and go, well, we'll accept Bitcoin. Now, you mentioned Ethereum and all these other. I'm not investing with a 30-year-old kid, dude.
Okay, so that's kind of the difference.
It's $300 billion. Ethereum is valued at $300 billion. And this is the difference between Bitcoin. First off, Bitcoin, I get nothing out of this, okay? It's not like I belong to the Bitcoin society and I get a royalty from all my promotion. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. It is an asset and an asset class in and of itself. It's the only asset I know that sets its own asset class. Nothing else fits in here.
That's true.
Energy, electricity, natural gas, nuclear fuels, gasolines, they all fit in that asset class. Altcoins should fit in the class of going to 7-Eleven and buying a lottery ticket, or you and I throwing some dice on the floor.
Right.
I mean, it's just, who knows, dude? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know about Ethereum. I do know that Bitcoin has no central authority to call. There's no one that can be served a subpoena.
Yeah.
Okay, Ethereum, there's a guy named Vitalik. He owns most of the shit. He's the god, 29, 30 years old. I've never known anybody worth trillions of dollars or billions of dollars at 30 years old that could handle it, much less all the adulation. And I know that they can serve him a subpoena. Okay, they can lock his accounts up. There is no bank account at Bitcoin to lock up. Find me something like that. I think it's the ultra wealthy are going to drive this at this point. Once you get all this validation, ETFs, I mean, take Grant. He has no allocation of any relevance whatsoever. For him, 100 Bitcoin, I think it's and it was given to him. Maybe it's enough for him. I mean, he'll definitely do well.
Yeah.
But they will all come around, man. There's 400,000. I wouldn't be waiting for all the news. There's 400,000 ultra wealthy players on planet Earth. Got to remember, this is not a U.S. product.
Right.
This is a global.
Yeah.
Okay? This is Sheikh Maki Rocky with $1 trillion in real estate. Bro, he's going to stick $100 million in Bitcoin.
Yeah, why not?
And not just for the sovereign risk, to have it in his USB port, okay, to be able to go, okay, when the king gets ready to slaughter me, I get to roll, dude. I get to get on the 650, and I got $100 million. Nobody can touch it. No government overreach.
Damn.
This is why they're freaking out, going, oh, my God, dude, we can't let people have wallets. See, the government's actually showing you they're scared the U.S. dollar could get unwound. And I'm saying, no, this could take forever, dude. But the government's going, hey, we cannot have people handling their own wallets. Well, you've been letting people do cash transactions forever.
Yeah.
Right? So What they should do is just remove all the cash from the market. Why won't they do that? Because that's the solution, dude. Remove all the US dollars from the market, the paper. That's where all the crime is. It's not in Bitcoin. Should never do it. I believe there's hundreds of people right now that made a bunch of money in years like prior 5 years, sitting on Binance. They thought they were never going to be known, anonymous. Every one of them are known now. Addresses, phone numbers,
Yeah.
the whole thing, dude. The wallets. It's so easy to track. I mean, I literally own a company that tracks the financial dollars moving around digital assets.
So there's Gary Cardone with his bold views on Bitcoin's game-changing potential, highlighting its liquidity, regulatory resilience, and capacity to address global financial issues. His belief in Bitcoin's transformative power, rooted in its decentralized nature, resonates with many who see it as a tool for financial empowerment and equality. While acknowledging concerns about volatility and environmental impact, Cardone remains firm in his conviction that Bitcoin is reshaping our understanding of wealth and money. According to Gary, one thing's for sure: Bitcoin is changing the financial system, and whether you love it or hate it, it's hard to ignore its growing influence. Before we go, a quick reminder for those who are keen on staying updated in the fast-paced world of Bitcoin and crypto. Consider subscribing to our daily 5-minute crypto newsletter. It's a concise resource for the latest expert predictions, breaking news, and top on-chain analysis, trusted by over 50,000 subscribers for insightful crypto investment information. Click the first link in the description to join our community and elevate your crypto investment knowledge today. Anyway guys, hope you all enjoyed today's video and that provided you with some value. I'll see you all in the next one, and as always, all the best.